Hey friends, happy Wednesday, happy hump day. I'm so glad that you are here this evening while I'm live, or if you are watching the replay at a later date. Whether or not you're watching live or the replay, feel free to say hi in the comments when you hop on and tell me where you are watching from. Also, if you are watching the replay, if you wouldn't mind putting hashtag replay in the comments, that way I know when you have hopped on. Also, I want to let you know I'm live in 2 locations this evening, so if you hear me refer to a comment that is not in your comment feed, that person is probably watching from a different platform. And speaking of platforms, if you wouldn't mind at any time during this project hitting the thumbs up or hitting that heart button, I would greatly appreciate that. Also, if you wouldn't mind spreading the craft love all over Facebook or YouTube, that just helps my channel get seen in the algorithm and also get seen by new people. Also, make sure you're following, you're subscribing, you're turning on all your notifications and all that fun stuff. And if you do share, please tag your crafty friends and invite them to watch along with you. With that, let's go to our comments. I see that Jason is watching from the other side of the door. And I think as other people are starting to hop in, I'm going to go ahead and flip the camera. That way we can go ahead and get started. Actually, let's see. Oops, I did not want to do that. Okay, never mind. Okay, so we are using this month's Club Couture transfer. This is an exclusive B-size transfer, and it also comes with, let me show you a graphic. It looks like this. So it comes with the B-size transfer. It also comes with a chalkable accessory. In this case, it is kind of that, I don't even know what shape that would be. That small medallion. And I did use that a couple of weeks ago on my paper bag wreath. It also comes with a ribbon to either create a bow or a hanging ribbon, and it also comes with 2 paste singles, black velvet, and shimmer gold. And it is this is a monthly kit that gets delivered to your mailbox. It is $21.99 a month. There is a minimum commitment of 3 months to sign up, but you can cancel at any time after that. And also throughout the year, as Club Couture members, you are privy to other specials and promos offered through Couture. So there are some additional bonuses of being a Club Couture subscriber. So I'm going to take that off. So this is my the transfer we used. I have the paste singles over here. I think they got oh no, here they are. I've already used the tile. Like I said, it's on my paper bag wreath. But here are the 2 paste singles. You get either shimmer gold or black velvet. So I'm going to do sorry, the camera seems to be skipping a lot this evening. My apologies. Oops. So we're going to be doing a faux macrame project. So I've got some yarn over here that I purchased at Michael's. I also have a piece of canvas. This happens to be one of the refill canvas panels from the OG hanging banners that came with these canvas, or that came with the kind of the clickable magnetic banner strips. So I'm just trying to decide. And I'll have you help me decide. I can. Originally, I thought about deconstructing this. I think it's an 11 by 14 canvas. Let's see. Yep. So I thought about ripping the canvas off and painting the frame, and then just using a piece of this, just making a strip of canvas across the frame, and I would paste that on there. So let's just fold this up to where it kind of mimics what we might be doing. So this would be across here, kind of like that. Well, really, let's put it this way. That way you don't see the seam. And so then I would paste here, and then my macrame fibers would come down here. Or I also have these embroidery hoops in my stash, and we have done these before. We could do it this way and hang the fibers off of the bottom of the hoop. So you just need to let me know whether you'd like to see a canvas or if I should go ahead and just use the embroidery hoops again. I don't have any preference. I just thought this kind of square would be a little different, but I also need to use up these embroidery hoops. Hey, Miss Ashley. So Ashley, we're trying to decide. I want to make a faux macrame wall hanging, and we've done these before. So my thought was to deconstruct this. Sorry, I don't know why it's skipping so bad. Maybe if I close out of a few things up here. Do I have anything else open? No. So my thought was to deconstruct this canvas just so I can have the frame. I'll use this banner refill as just a strip of canvas. We'll paste our sentiment on the canvas, and then I would use this yarn to make macrame fibers hanging off. So the reverse canvas is one option, but I also have these embroidery hoops in my stash where we could just clip them in. The fibers would go on the bottom like so. So I can do either or. Jason says canvas, but I just happen to have both in my stash. Yeah. So I need some assistance. Embroidery hoop or canvas. Either one would work for me. I just thought the rectangle would be a little different. Ashley says hoop. So I need somebody else to come on and be a tiebreaker. I don't know. Either one would look cute, I think. The hoop would be, yeah. So just, yeah, it would, but it'd fit in either one of them. Do 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 do. Jason says he changes to hoop. Either one works. I can always use the can. I mean, I could use either one of them for something else. I just need to get some stuff used up for my. Okay, so these are about 12-inch hoops. You pretty much would do it the same way. And in fact, let's go ahead and stain the hoop. And then if you want to know how you would do it with the reverse canvas, I can at least show you how to deconstruct the canvas. How about that? Okay, so let's take this apart. So these just unscrew, and you will still need, well, both parts. Okay, so I'm using Ashley's and I's favorite Waverly Antique Wax. I'm so glad she taught me how to use that stuff, because it is fan-freaking-tastic. It is stain without the smell or the cleanup. Because you know, if you use stain, sometimes you have to, sometimes, always, you need to make sure you dry your rags properly, or they become flammable. So this way, the cleanup is so much easier. So I'm just going to get a couple paper towels. I have donned gloves. I have a paintbrush. So this is technically supposed to be a sealing wax, but it works great just as a kind of a faux stain. So I'm mainly going to be focused on the inside of the inside hoop. And again, this is probably something I should have done ahead of time, but I don't have time for that. So we're going to have to watch. Luckily, this stuff dries pretty quick, too. So I'm going to apply it liberally. I'm not going to worry so much with the outside part of the inside hoop, because that won't be shown much. And I'm going to let it kind of linger on here a little bit longer, just to see if I can keep some of that color. Ashley says she loves. Well, it's because of you that I discovered it. I used to use, there's a product from Folk Art that's called, I think, Wood Tint. It's similar to this, but it is like super watery, like even more than this is. Okay, so I'm going to do this back side really quick. And then I'll just wipe it all off in one fell swoop. Okay, so then when you have it how you like it, you're just going to take it and wipe it off. And I wear gloves because it'll get all over your hands. It doesn't stain, but it's just messy. Oops. So there's the difference. I don't know if you can let me see if I can hold them up so you can see the inside versus the outside. So let's do this other end, or other side, really quick. And again, I'm not going to worry about the inside of this one. Oops. Got a little confused here. So how's everyone's week been so far? Slapping some faux stain on here. You could do the same thing with acrylic paint. It just doesn't have the shine that this wax does. It'll dry a little bit more matte. But it also dries super fast. Oops. Okay. I think that's pretty good. It's not quite as dark as I would like, but that's okay. Okay. Let's remove those. I will save those for another project because they're not terribly dirty. And then my brush just washes out with water. So I'm going to put that over there. Throw that out. Okay, let's put this to the side. And let's get out that other canvas. Let me just show you real quick. If you wanted to do a deconstructed canvas, these are pennies. I mean, comparatively, they're very inexpensive, so they would be a great choice. You know, embroidery hoops, for as skimpy as they are not cheap, although they're not terribly expensive. And I can't find. It's going to make it slightly difficult. I can't find. Oh, no, that won't work. I can't find a box knife. Oh, I have one that a big old one that I ripped off from Dane. The advantages of having a son that works in shipping and receiving. Actually, I don't think this one was Dane's. So if you want to deconstruct a canvas like this, about the easiest way is I just cut little slits on both sides with these staples. You just have to, they don't have to be big slits. Just slits on each side. I mean, you could run a big long slit down the whole thing, but that's when I would cut off a finger. You'll have to cut a little deeper in these corners, just a tad. Oops. And you won't see the cut lines in your wood because it'll be up on the back anyway. Jason says the work has been a week full of Mondays. Everything else has been pretty good. It's been so nice to see the sun this week, and it got up into the 50s. And we can finally see our grass for the first time in almost 4 weeks. Okay. So now that you have all of those little slits cut, it's super easy to tear the canvas away from the frame. We'll have to go back and work a little bit in the corners because there's so many staples in the corner. And so much material. And there you go. Now you have a deconstructed canvas and a perfect little frame. And then I just leave the staples in. You can always cover it with like ribbon or something if you didn't like the look of the staples. Usually if I'm making a reverse canvas, I'll cut it so that usually my canvas piece covers that. So there's that. Okay, so now let's bring one in that's not wet. And then let's figure out how much fabric we're going to need. So I'm just measuring it on so I need at least 5 inches, if not maybe a little more. So I'm going to cut, I'm going to end up with faux stain everywhere. I'm going to cut this banner right here at where it's sewn so I can get a raw edge. I'm just cutting it along that seam, just a skosh, so I can tear all that off. Okay. Sorry if that's loud. And then I just usually throw that out. I'm sure I could find a use for it 6 years down the road, but I'm not saving it. Okay, so I gotta put that away because that'll end up way. I'm gonna get my fabric in it. So I'm gonna cut maybe like 5 1/4. I'm just gonna cut a little tiny slit, and then I'm gonna tear the rest. Okay, so we'll put that away. Save that for future projects. And I think when I've made these before for Christmas, I think I may have cut a little V in the on each end, but we'll kind of see. I'm just gonna put this. I know this one isn't the one we're using, but I'm just kind of dry fitting for right now. just to kind of see what I want to do. Oh, come on. Oops. Oops, kind of pulled it a little. Okay. So that's kind of what it's going to look like. Okay. So, oops. I'm going to get a little piece of sticky mat out. I believe that is halfway. So I already have a really nice halfway seam. So I'm going to line that up kind of on my sticky mat. So this is going to keep my fabric taut. It's going to keep it from moving, and it kind of takes out all of those little wrinkles. And then we're going to pull our transfer off. And I've already used this, so I already have the back side noted, so I know what side I need to put it on when I'm done. So I'm just finding the center of my design, so I'm lining this part of the swoop up with that lower swoop, roughly. And then I'm going to pinch it in the middle with my left hand so that I get a tiny little crease. You can see it up above the L a little bit. Right. It's right there. So I'm going to line that crease up with kind of the center of my canvas. I'm just kind of looking at it to make sure that it's straight-ish. Okay, I think. And I'm just going to use paste because I doubt this will ever need to be washed. I mean, I could use ink and heat set it, but I'm not gonna. And these are the yarns that I'm using, kind of some brown tones, but I'm thinking I might use, I think I'll still use black. But I could use, that's bark. I could use espresso. Or I could use black. Which one do you guys think would show up better? I mean, this one has bits of a darker color and some brown. Same way with this one. And then this one is mostly browns and grays. I think either one would look good, but I'm kind of wondering if just for neutrality, we should just use black. That's probably dried up. What do y'all think? I'm thinking probably black. I haven't opened one. Guess I don't. You like the yarn on the right? Well, I'm going to use all three, but I just needed to know what ink or what paste color. I think I might just go with black. Okay. Hey, Miss Bonita. Benita's packing for a weekend, but here now. Welcome, welcome. Love the font of the welcome. Yeah, this is the Club Couture transfer of the month. Have you gotten yours yet? So we have faux stained an embroidery hoop with some Waverly antique wax, and then I tore up a banner refill canvas, but you could use any piece of canvas or muslin or duck cloth. Heck, you could use the denim from a leg of a pair of jeans. You know how much I love to do denim. And then we're going to use this at the bottom for some macrame. So we're just trying to decide on whether we should use espresso or black velvet with these yarns. Anita says she got hers on Friday. I think maybe we'll just go, because the frame is brown, just to add a little bit more color. I think I'm just going to go ahead and do black, unless anyone has any objections. So I just put it on my sticky mat to keep my fabric from going anywhere. Black velvet, if you please. Ha! My song lyrics. So we're just going to put our black paste over the silkscreen areas. Now, because this is fabric, although we're not using ink, we still need to be careful of our edges and not go over, because unlike a chalkboard, you can't wash it very easily off of fabric. Okay, I'm just going to leave that out in case I missed a few areas. So I'm going to gently peel it up to check and see if I need to go back. Yep, I already see a piece right there. I missed part of the loop. So if it looks like I missed an area, so that's good so far. I'm gonna, just so I don't lose my place on this end, I'm gonna pull it up from this end to check this side. Yeah, it looks pretty good. And I forgot to mention, this part says welcome to our beautiful chaos, but you can mix up the kind of the sub sentiment. You could say welcome, blessings to all who enter. It could say welcome, please come in, or it could say welcome, kindly remove your shoes. And then you can also add this little flourish wherever you wanted. So I'm going to take this really quickly to my sink and spray it with some water. That way the paste stays moist. I do that so it's easier to clean later. Oh, golly. Okay. Close that up. Benita, are you going to watch some winter sports? Okay, let's try this. So while I'm drying it, let's go over a few things. I mentioned earlier, and I mentioned it on Monday, and I also posted it today on my Facebook page. The link is also in the description of the video. But Couture has come out with a Chalk After Dark collection. And because of the nature of the suggested themes of the transfers, we're not allowed to show them publicly. So you have to opt in to a series of emails, because that's the only way you'll be notified if there are additional Chalk After Dark products. Currently, there are only 6 transfers. There's 3 A size and 3 B size. So if you like snarky, sassy, swear-wordy type things, then this collection might be for you. It's not for me, but if that's your thing, or if you have friends in your life who you want to make snarky, sassy, swear-wordy things for, feel free to check that out. We also have the winter sale going on. So there are past surfaces, winter transfers, past Valentine's Day transfers that are super inexpensive. So feel free to check that out. And then if you saw my live on Monday, we created the notebook from the Creative Kickstart Notebook Bundle. And that is free with a $75 purchase. And as of Tuesday through the end of the day, Friday, or while supplies last, with a $75 order, you can get 2 free notebook bundles. And those are all super cute. The notebook is really cute. It's like 5.5 by 7. It's the chalk suede material on the cover. Anita says she is going to see some sports. Hopefully this won't get canceled due to weather. It looks like you should have good weather. I think that's pretty dry. Okay, so that's good. So we'll leave that there. And then we have the new spring summer collection launching next Thursday, the 6th. There's lots of cute things. Easter, some Regency, French country, farmhouse, playful Easter. There's some fun food transfers, some new resin kits. I think this is pretty dry. Okay, we'll risk it for the biscuit. Okay, so we're going to put this together. I think I kind of did it crooked. That's okay, I can fix it. I did, but I can just tear a little bit of that side off at a later date once we get it all situated. Okay, I'm going to tighten this. Oh, no, I'm not. Ooh. The hoop may not fit as well together once you stain it, because it does add a little bit of moisture to it. Kind of expands with the new. Well, I didn't even do that. I did that totally crooked. since you've added moisture to the wood in the form of wax. Okay. Does that look better? No. I guess I can always adjust it later. Ooh. Yeah, that's not quite dry. Okay. That looks, does that look better? Worse? It's a little crooked, but now it's super crooked. Okay. Trying to use my camera. It's a little crooked this way. There, I think that'll work. It's not letting me tighten it, so just to keep it from moving so much, I'm just going to tape it just so it doesn't go anywhere on me. Okay, so now we're going to get our little fibers out and see how, oh, I forgot this tape does not stick to this. Helpful hint, if you're ever using this wax and you need to tape something off, painter's tape does not stick to it. You have to use like masking tape. For some reason, it sticks better than the painter's tape does to this waxy surface. So these are Michael's brand, the loops and threads. And it's a number 5 bulky. I think I'm just going to put this on my cutting mat to kind of figure out how long I want them. Maybe about there. So I think we're going to do 30. And I'm going to do multiple strands at a time. So there's 15. There's 30. So this is how long my strands are going to be. So let's do 5 at a time. Sorry, this is probably going to be a little tedious. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Scissors right there. Is that? Did that end up right? Yep. Okay, so then I'm going to cut one end. Actually, I'm going to cut both ends. And we may not get totally done with this just because I don't think it's probably not going to be very fun on your part to watch me do all these. So I've got them. These are 30 inches long. I've got them folded in half. So I'm going to take my loop. I'm going to put it towards the back. I think this is the way I'm going to do it. So I have my loop under the back. I'm going to pull my tails through the loop. And that's how they're going to end up. I'm going to pull them sort of tight, but we may have to adjust where they start and where they stop. So then I'm going to take my next color. And I'm doing multiples just so that I progress a little faster and a little farther. But you could do it singly. You could do it strand by strand if you really wanted to. Okay, so here's 15. So there's 30. So then I have 2, 3, 4, 5. So then I'm going to cut both ends. I'm going to fold them in half. Got my loop. I'm going to put my loop over to the back and then under. I'm going to put my tails through my loop and I'm going to pull them. So then we'll get this yarn. You could use macrame cord. You could use yarn. I don't know where the end is. Right there. I like yarn because it's usually a little cheaper than macrame cord. It's also a little bit more forgiving. It's softer, but you could use whatever floats your boat. 3, 4, 5-ish. And we'll trim up the ends when we're done. So I'm going to fold them roughly in half. I'm going to put my loop over the back and under, pull my tails through, and pull them tight. So you can see it's, I think I'm going to come back to, no, I'm just going to do it in order. It's just what I like. If you want to see more of how the variegated works, you could go solid variegated, solid variegated, solid variegated. But because these two together are sort of dark right now, I'm going to add the lighter color. Hopefully that doesn't bite me in the booty when the variegated becomes a lighter shade. But 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, that's 5. Again, cut the loops. So give me a thumbs up in the comments if you think you're going to shop the After Dark collection. Okay, so there's that so far. Let's go back to the variegated. So I'm going to measure out 15 twice to get my 30. And then I'm going to fold that over 5 times. 2, 3, 4, 5. So now we're getting in some grays and browns, which is really pretty. And Jason says thumbs down. I know they would sell really well, but it's just not my thing. I just don't even, whatever floats your boat, but it doesn't float mine. I don't want to create with any of it. And if you do purchase them if you do look at them and or purchase them, just know that they're like a darker blue color. They're not even the Chalk Couture teal, just so you can, that was just one way that they could differentiate the After Darks versus the regular ones. I guess, I don't know if it was mainly for their shipping department to not accidentally put a After Dark transfer in with a regular order. But you can order both together. Like if you have an After Dark order, it can get added to your cart with regular everyday things. So there we go. Do a few more and see how far it gets us. Ashley says she loves the color of the yarn. It was fun picking it out. Jason helped me. It's fairly soft. 2, 3, 4. Like, I can tell you that one of the transfers is a unicorn. The unicorn is doing a middle finger gesture twice, and the caption is, I don't believe in you either, I think. So that's one of the examples. So just not for me. Okay. I like snarky, but I don't like vulgar and curse words and things like that. Okay, so we'll do this one and maybe one more. So I'm making them 30 inches long, and I'm putting 5 together at a time. But do check out the winter sale. There's lots of cool retired transfers. Lots of surfaces, not lots, but a lot of the outside the box drop-in frame inserts are on sale, which would make really cute, just simple signs, especially for like your tiered trays, things like that. I'm trying to think what else is in there. That's where you'll find your buy 1, buy 5, get some free paste singles, I think. Oh, I don't know what I did there. Uh-oh. Oh no. See here, this is going to throw me off because the variegated has now become creamy. I thought I had done a couple wrong. It does look a little off, but super cute so far, I think. So 1, 2, 3. 4. Oops. 5. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Jason says he loves it. I'm going to fold them in half. So I'm a little over halfway done. Let's see. I started it there. We'll probably have 1, 2. I might just have 3 left. We'll see how far that gets us. If I do one of each color again. I haven't been on an hour yet, so I still have a little bit more time. I'm sorry, they're always so long. I don't know how other designers can do 20 and 30-minute projects. Just doesn't work for me. So I appreciate those that stay with me. colorway we get with the variegated one this time. Okay, so there's our 30. 1, 2, 3, 4, still in the cream. That's okay. Oh wait, no. Ooh, I'm getting some static cling going. Okay, see where this gets us. Oops. Okay, there's our 30. 2, 3, 4, 5. Okie doke. Cute project, and I've busted through a few things in my stash. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So I'm going to push this side past the halfway mark and push these down a little bit. Oops, I think I went too far. I could probably still add a whole nother set on each side, but we'll stop there for now. And then you can add like some farmhouse beads up here with on your hanger. Let's take these off. Just mainly wanted to keep it together until I can get it tightened up, because it does not want to tighten. And let's go ahead and I wonder if I can tear that with that on there. I'm just going to take a skosh off. That should look a little better. Yep. So you can either leave these hanging flat like that, or you could even glue them underneath. I kind of like the fact that they're, and you can even unravel them a little more by pulling out the strings. And it'll kind of unravel as it goes. Okay, let's flip the camera. So here it is. Super cute. I like it. It's nice and soft. You could even add some greenery or some florals if you wanted to somewhere. They'd look cute maybe up here on the top. I think I am going to add another section on each side just to make it a little more full, but that is our project for the evening. Thanks so much for all your help and for hanging out with me. I got a long list of tutorials that I'd like to do, so I definitely want to go live this weekend. Once, twice, cross your fingers. Ashley says so cute. And if you guys want to know what these colors are, this one of them was willow. Of course, I didn't This one must be white tweed. This one is taupe tweed, which means this one is willow. And then again, it's the loop. Oops, you can't see that. It's the Loop and Threads brand by Michaels. So again, this one was willow. This one is taupe tweed by Loop and Threads. And this one is white tweed by Loop and Threads. So if you wanted to know the yarn colors. So with that, oh, thanks, Benita. She says love it. Ashley says so cute. Thank you. Appreciate all your guys' help and for hanging out with me this evening. I'm going to go ahead and hop off. I hope to see you this weekend. And if I don't see you, then have a great rest of your week. Have a great weekend. And I will see you in my next crafty video. Thanks for watching.